Hello and welcome back to Victoria's Cantina, where today we're having a look at the Hasbro Marvel Legends Walmart exclusives, Captain Marvel binary form, and Captain America. 2 caps for the price of 1. I guess technically it is 2 for the price of 2 because I did pay for both of them. Anyway, I got these both today, so I thought, why not? Let's go ahead and do a review of both of them. And it's been a long time since I've done a Marvel Legends review. I'm sure only a couple hundred people are going to watch this video, as compared to my previous review, which got up to 70,000, which isn't too bad. You know, I'll take the 200 or 300, whatever these are going to get, because I want to review them. That's why. So I don't buy Marvel Legends as heavily as I do other toy lines, but I still get them every now and again, especially the MCU figures, which both of these are. Captain Marvel went in stock on Walmart.com last Friday, and I had her shipped to my local store, went and picked her up. I think she's actually been out for quite a while, but they didn't stock her online, I guess, for several months. So finally she's back. Unfortunately, she does cost $24.99 for some reason, so that's kind of a bummer, but in any case, really nice artwork there on the side, and on the other side, it's a mirror image of the same artwork. Here's the back. It basically says it's Captain Marvel in her binary form. Captain Marvel and Captain Marvel and Captain Marvel and Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel channels her powers of cosmic energy manipulation to access an elevated binary form that lets her blast down any galactic threats. Rad. And if you need the UPC, there it is right there. And Captain America, I just got really lucky with. When I went to pick up Captain Marvel, they had like 12 of these on the shelf. So it seems like Walmarts are getting a whole case of them from what I've seen. So that's awesome. They didn't have any other Marvel Legends on the shelf, just Captain America, which I'm good with. I really wanted to add this one to the collection. So you can see that you got the image there of Cap on that side, and on the other side it's a mirror image. And here's the back. Steve Rogers prepares for the ultimate battle to save the universe and channels all of his strength as Captain America. And again, no other figures are shown down here, and there is the UPC if you need that on bottom. Alright, so I'm going to take a moment, get these unboxed. When we come back, we'll take a closer look at Captain America and Captain Marvel. Alright, now here are our heroes out of the packaging. Now, which should we review first? Well, if you said Captain America, then you are wrong. See ya, Cap. Hope you come back around in another 70 years. Alright, so here is our Captain Marvel binary form, and it's a really cool looking figure. Now, I know some people don't like the whole special effects things that they try and do with figures sometimes because it does look a little cartoonish, it does look a little comic bookish, but I think they're fun. I don't buy a whole lot of them. Like there's that new X-Men Cannonball figure that's coming out. I think that's pretty cool. Probably not going to get it, but it's cool. But something like this that's from a film and, you know, obviously ties into the film quite heavily, I think is warranted for my own collection. It's Captain Marvel. I liked the film. I didn't love it, but I thought it was really good. It was entertaining. It was fun. And it was a little bit different than most of the other Marvel films. So in that sense, I did like it quite a bit. So the figure here, as you can see, is really nice, really detailed. She's got a great sculpt. I really like what they did with the translucent hair and the translucent arms. I just think that's super, super fun. Now, this is a kit bash using previously released Captain Marvel figures. It actually uses the body of the regular Captain Marvel figure and then the head of the one that comes in the bomber jacket. I don't have that one, but I do have the regular version. So we will do a little comparison in a moment. But yeah, I'm really digging the overall aesthetics of what I have here. It's going to look really cool on the shelf. It's very colorful. It's very catchy. It has my attention. I think the overall likeness is pretty good. Obviously, she's in her binary form, so she doesn't look very human right now. But I think they did a really good job with the actual sculpt. And again, this head is used on the bomber jacket version of the figure, so I think that on that figure it looks really nice. And here it looks really nice as well. Maybe not perfect, but still looks good, looks fun. And just the way that they gave her that fiery hair, I think is pretty awesome. Her eyes are also, as you can see, lit up. They are basically orange with white pupils, and her expression is very neutral. She's not really amused. She's not really pleased. She's just kind of, you know, ready to kick ass, I suppose. Yeah, that hair is just freaking awesome. It reminds me quite a bit, back in the Kenner days, for the real Ghostbusters toy line, they made an Ecto one, and it came with a ghost that looked a lot like this. It was like that same orange color. And this reminds me a good bit of that. The costume also looks very nice. I think they did a really good job with the sculpting, and the way they painted it, kind of giving it that really shiny sort of vibe, I think is pretty nice. It really sells the aesthetics of this figure and makes it look very interesting. And again, the same goes for the translucent parts like the arms and the hands. I love how they did that, how they kind of blend into the painted biceps. I think that is very nice. I think that looks really good. And again, it's very cleanly painted, like her whole outfit just looks really clean. And I'm really digging those really shiny colors to her costume. Really digging those blues and reds and the golds, and just overall very nice looking figure. So in terms of articulation, if you have any of these Captain Marvel figures, it's basically going to be the same thing. So at the neck, she does have a ball at the very top, and then it also turns into a bend here at the neck. You don't get a whole lot of movement from the bend, but you can move the head from the joint that's there up top. So side to side, top, down, even tilted a little bit. Here at the shoulders, these are soft pads, so they do kind of flex and you can get them out. I wouldn't do it too long because they might stick out, but you do have ball hinges there. You have ball hinges at both of the elbows. They go more than 90 degrees. You can rotate them. And same thing at the wrist. So it goes forward and it goes back. You can rotate it. The opposite side one does the same thing, forward and back. Rotate. You have a torso joint right here, so it's kind of like a ball hinge. It goes up, goes down, goes side to side and tilt. And then here at the hips, you can move them, not quite a full split, but definitely a good bit of a split there, and moving them forward basically all the way. So that is very nice. You can rotate both of her thighs. She has double bends here at the knees. And yeah, really good movement there. And then she's got rocker hinges at both of the ankles. So really nice articulation overall. Cap Marvel also comes with an alternate head. As you can see here, it's basically her masked head, but also in binary form. So she's got the hair on fire. She's got the eyes that are lit up. And again, it is painted very nicely. So I think it's really cool. It looks like the hair is floating. So really nice effect. She also comes with some flame effects, which I think is really cool and really sets off how fun this figure is, because not only does she look great without the effects, but once you get them on there, I think she's even cooler. Now, I can't tell if these remind me more of Gushers or of Cheetos Puffballs. Like, it's going to be one or the other, right? Probably Gushers, because they kind of look like more like Gushers and they feel more like Gushers. But yeah, they just slide over her fists like that. It's very easy to do, and you can see here on her right arm, she's actually also got this little effect that you can detach, this little fiery effect, so that is also a nice touch. Now there are actually two of those fiery effects that you can wrap around her forearms, so if you wanted to use those and not the puff balls, you could do that, or if you want to use them both, you can do that too. It's up to you. It's your choice to choose. Here is our binary form Captain Marvel next to our regular Captain Marvel figure, and basically you can see what it looks like with the lights on and the lights off. They're both very nice. I haven't picked up any of the other ones. I mentioned the one in the bomber jacket. There's also the Target exclusive version in the green outfit. I don't know if I'm going to get those. I might, but to me these are the two that I really wanted, so I have them and I'm happy that I do. They're different enough, and you know, they both represent that heroic version of Captain Marvel in her classic costume. One with her powered up form and one just kind of walking around dealing with day-to-day business form. I like them both. I'm happy to have both of them in the collection. All right, so now we have Captain America, based on his appearance in Avengers Endgame, which is an awesome movie. And I think this is probably going to be the Cap that we've been waiting for the last 8 years. Is that how long it's been since Captain America came out, the first Avenger? Now the figure looks awesome. It's very proportionate. It's got a really impressive aesthetic, a lot more so than some of those other Cap figures we've gotten over the years. And we have gotten a lot of them. Some of them haven't been that great, but this one looks like it's going to replace all of those. I really like the muted colors. I really like how it's not too waxy looking. That's long been a problem with Hasbro figures and Marvel Legends. This looks to be a very true to film rendition of Captain America, and by the end of this review, I hope that maybe I won't need to keep some of those older figures. We'll see. Let's go ahead and take a close-up look at the head sculpt. You can see that this is a very good-looking head. It's very effective. It has the photoreal paint app applied to the eyes and to the face, and it's really good. Now, I did mention they had about 12 of these at my local Walmart. You do want to kind of eye them over. One issue that I did notice on some of these is that, like, the straps that he has right there on the sides of his cheeks, sometimes they're not painted very well. Also, like the letter A and the star, sometimes those are a little bit sloppy. The biggest issue, though, seems to be here in the torso where the red kind of bleeds onto the white. It's not as bad on this figure. It's still going on a little bit, but it was a lot worse on some of the figures I saw. If you're lucky enough to be able to select your Captain America figure, look them over, pick out the best one, spend 5 minutes going through all of them like I did, and looking like a total weirdo in the toy aisle. But yeah, I do got to say that this is looking really, really nice. But just the colors of the outfit and the sculpted detail. I really like how they sculpted the chest armor in this film, like actually made it look more like knight's armor. That looks really cool. And they translated that very well into the figure. So he's got his little A there for Avengers, and the red, white, and blue is looking really good, very muted. And I really like the overall look here of the costume. It looks very nice. And, just the boots, everything looks really nice. Like I said, it's very proportionate of a figure. And I'm really happy with the aesthetics. So let's look at the articulation. So he does have a joint here at the top of the head. Doesn't really go up and down. It does have a bend from what I can see, but not a whole lot of movement. You can go side to side. You can't really tilt it all that much. Here at these shoulders, you do have ball hinges. Now these are soft, but you see they do kind of crash into the shoulders. So maybe if we try and pull on it a little bit, yeah, you might want to be careful with that. You don't want to ruin those or make them look ugly, but that is possible. You do have a ball joint there, so you can move it a little bit more if you wanted to. Rotation here at the bicep. You do get your double bends there at both of the elbows, here at the wrists. This one goes forward and back, and you can rotate it. The right one actually goes up and down. You can rotate that. He's got an ab crunch. Look at that. Wow, that's quite an ab crunch. But it's Cap. I mean, he's really flexible, right? And can you rotate it? You can rotate it. Awesome. Here at the hips, you can get him out about yay far, definitely far enough. And get them forward. Yep, they go forward a good bit. So you do see that there are some cuts here at the thighs. So we can rotate those side to side, and then double bends here at the knees. And then he has rocker ankles here at the feet. So you can move those up and down. They are pretty stiff. They are pretty stiff joints. Oh, and you can rotate the boot as well. So a bonus right there for you. All right, so here is Steve with his unmasked head, and he looks freaking awesome. This is a very, very nice Steve Rogers head sculpt. It looks so much like him. I'm kind of taken aback by how much it actually does look like him. And it's got a very nice sculpt to begin with, but then they take that photoreal face paint application and they make it look all the more realistic. It's not quite SH Figuarts yet, but it's definitely a huge improvement over standard face mask techniques that they used to use in the past. So I think it looks awesome. This is probably the best representation of Steve Rogers that we've gotten in the Marvel Legends line, so I'm really happy about that and the aesthetics. And just the way it's painted, it's very clean. The eyes look very clean, the lips, the hair is very nice. I don't even think the camera really does it justice when I try and film it here, because I feel like it doesn't look as good on the camera screen as it does here in person. So Cap does have his shield here. You can see that it is very dirty. It is very grimied up. Thanks, Thanos. And it looks good, though. I mean, it's very nicely sculpted. I do like the silver, and I feel like it's a little bit light in color. I feel like maybe the color should be a little more subdued. Maybe I'm wrong. And on the back, you see that you do have the straps. So basically, the hand comes off. You slide the arm into the straps like that. And once you get it in all the way, then you reattach his hand just like this. And there you go. Now he's ready to go into battle. And then here we have Mjolnir. You can see that it is very nicely sculpted. It actually looks like the same one we've gotten before in different Thor figures. So really not a whole lot to say about it other than it looks decent enough. And what do you know? Cap's worthy. Here's a comparison of our Endgame Captain America along with our Avengers Age of Ultron Captain America on the far left, and in the middle we have the Civil War Captain America. You can really see the difference between these. I mean, not even looking at the faces, just looking at the bodies. The sculpt on the new one is easily more realistic. It's more in line with what we think when we think about Captain America. And I did mention the really shiny plastic that used to be a problem on Marvel Legends. You can easily see that on the other two, so I also have the one that came in the 2-pack last year with Crossbones. I haven't opened it up yet, otherwise I would bring it in here as well. But even so, just looking at how far they've come in the last several years, if you haven't upgraded yet, well, now's the time. I mean, really, it's night and day here, you guys. And don't even get me started on unmasked heads. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so there you have it. These are the Hasbro Marvel Legends, Captain America from Avengers Endgame, and Captain Marvel Binary Form. Overall, you guys, I really like these. I think these are some of my favorite exclusive figures that Hasbro has done for Marvel Legends in a while, and two that are worthy of getting, no pun intended. Well, maybe pun a little bit intended. But yeah, I love the figures, just straight up. I'm really a fan of what they did with both of these. Carol Danvers has some serious shelf presence, looking so colorful, having such a detailed costume, and the really fun effects that she comes with. Really happy with her. And Captain America, to me, is the best Marvel Legends Captain America they've done so far, so I don't see it getting any better than this anytime soon. If you don't have an up-to-date Captain America, this is the one for you. It's just too bad it's a Walmart exclusive, because I know it's going to be a little trickier for some people to get. Hopefully they throw them up online, but if my local experience is any indication, hopefully it's not going to be too hard, since they did have 12 of them available. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Let me know if you're going to be picking these up. As always, I want to thank you for tuning in to Victoria's Cantina. Until next time, bye-bye.